Tonight on 205 Live, Drew Gulak takes on Akira Tozawa. And for the main event, we have a fatal five-way of TJP versus Lio Rush versus Grand Metalik versus Tony Nese versus Cedric Alexander. Who wins? Who loses? Let's find out. So, starting off on 205 Live, we have, well, it's Drew Gulak versus Akira Tozawa. Tozawa definitely dominated the beginning of the match. Though not untouchable, definitely delivered the bulk of the offensive for most of this match. Of course, all it took was a quick moment from Drew Gulak to start turning things around for him, hitting him with a backbreaker, and then leading him into submission after submission. The two now began standing at more equal ground, countering each other with offensives before Tozawa hit him with a missile dropkick, Shining Wizard, and a Topa Suicida, just for good measure. After getting Gulak back into the ring, he climbs to the top turnbuckle, is assaulted by Jack Gallagher, which ends the match in a DQ, and then the two of them decide, we're gonna go ahead and wheel on Tozawa for a little bit. So as they're attacking Akira Tozawa, the Brian Kendrick, his theme hits, and he runs to the ring, and he saves Tozawa. And why? Common enemies, I guess. But is this a spanky face turn? No. Probably not. More like a common enemy kind of thing with the heel in the face. Afterwards, we got a backstage interview with Buddy Murphy, Tony Nese, and Drake Maverick. We got a quick word from the Canellises, Caneloctopussies? Caneloctopi. Anyway, Mike and Maria Kanellis. We had a vignette from Mustafa and Hideo hyping up their Falls Count Anywhere match, I believe next week. And then we get into the main event with TJP versus Lio Rush versus Grand Metalik versus Tony Nese versus Cedric Alexander. And TJP takes it early by sliding out and sweeping Metalik out of the ring. Lio hops back in to face off with Cedric Alexander after Nese is thrown out. And Rush focuses on irritating Alexander, running out of the ring, leading Cedric right into the waiting clothesline of Tony Nese. Lio gets back in to face off with Grand Metalik, but Metalik is promptly thrown out by Nese. Lio takes down Tony Nese and keeps Cedric out of the ring. Grand Metalik hops in, and both Lio and Metalik get caught by TJP. TJP, though, gets rolled up by Tony Nese, who dominates the center of the ring. However, TJP does not eat the pin there. Tony Nese continues his offensive, striking Grand Metalik and hanging up in the corner in the tree of whoa! And doing some bicycle crunches, kicking him in the process. Cedric leaps in and attempts a roll-up, but is taken out by Tony Nese. Metalik begins his counteroffensive with a vertical suplex. Cedric breaks it up, and all parties begin to get involved. All five begin exchanging blows, throws, and all the rigmaroles. Match ends though with looking like it's going to be a potential win for Lio Rush, who remains undefeated. But that's quickly undermined by Cedric Alexander hitting him with a lumbar check. But before Alexander could get the pin on Lio Rush, Tony Nese rolls up Cedric Alexander for the win. And Cedric has lost to Tony Nese yet again. This was a terrific main event. I find it weird that with having an hour, we only had 2 matches. I think they could have cut out some of the promo material, although Mustafa Ali's promo was pretty good. I like the way that it was directed. And it was directed, you could tell. Yeah. So, for 205 Live, I'm going to go ahead and give this one an A-. And, if you agree with me, there's a poll. Or if you disagree with me, there is also a poll. This poll is for everyone. That's not an innuendo. Okay, it's kind of an innuendo. But anyway, let's get into the NXT review. So, 1, 2, 3.
Tonight on NXT, we had the War Raiders taking on the Undisputed Era. Shayna Baszler faces off against Adam Cole's lady, Britt Baker. And Bing and Rocky versus Oni and Birch. They definitely missed the opportunity there with the naming. Bianca Belair versus Nikki Cross. Is she going to be the EST of NXT? Or is Nikki Cross going to crossbody the Nick? Cross. Yes. Who wins? Who loses? Let's get in to the nitty-gritty.
Ay. Sorry, I'm a little exhausted today. Anyway, we started off with the War Raiders on NXT we started off with War Raiders versus the Undisputed Era. Rose starts off strong against Strong. Strong tags in O'Reilly, and the two start to team up against him, but are unable to capitalize. Hanson gets tagged in, and again, Undisputed Era cannot leave a mark against him. Rowe gets tagged in, and O'Reilly tries to fool him by hopping in when Strong is the legal man. Rowe realizes this, but doesn't really give a shit, so he slams O'Reilly into the mat and brushes off the offensive of Roderick Strong. The ineffective offense continues until Strong manages to take out Rowe's knee. This is where Kyle O'Reilly and Strong take the advantage. They begin their tandem offense in earnest, leaving Hanson the captive audience to their abuse of Rowe. After a long struggle, Hanson gets tagged in, beginning his unrelenting assault. Adam Cole tries to intervene, is unable to really do anything. But the match continued for a little bit, but is ended when Bobby Fish runs into the ring with a chair, and Bobby Fish is back, and the match ended in DQ, so the Undisputed Era retain. So yeah, welcome back, Bobby Fish. But also, fuck are you? And then after that, we had, technically we had a match between Shayna Baszler and Britt Baker. Baszler dislocates Britt Baker's arm. Say that 10 times fast. And then, dislocates her arm. Match ends, and then knees her in the face after the match ends. After that, we had Tian Bing and Rocky versus Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch. Christ, I'm tired. Definitely not a one-sided affair with this match. With Bing and Rocky put on a valid offense against the two, is what I'd like to say. But alas, no. They were, whatever brief glimmer of what they can offer was completely and utterly smashed to pieces. And they lost. And I think they missed an opportunity with the naming here. If they're gonna call someone Tian Bing, they should have called the other guy Rocky Google. Just for shits and giggles. No, that would have been a bad idea. And then for the main event, we had Bianca Belair versus Nikki Cross. Nikki Cross starts off going completely mad in the corner. The two exchange positions on the ground for a little bit before rolling out. Belair goes to throw Nikki Cross into the stairs, but is countered and thrown instead. The two continue to return blows to each other, with Belair starting to dominate the match, but Cross absolutely refusing to give in. Inevitably though, Nikki Cross gets on the counteroffensive, hitting her with a crossbody. Lol. But not getting the pin. Belair gets visibly panicked, trying every way to pin Nikki that she can, but is unable to prevent her from kicking out. Before the match could end, however, the lights go out. And Aleister Black's theme hits, and he's in the middle of the ring. He just kind of angrily whispers, "Tell me." And Nikki Cross crawls up and whispers into his ear, letting him know who had attacked him. And you could see the rage in his eyes. He was angry. He started to shake from pure unquenchable fury. And then the episode ended. Damn, I was hoping to find out who it was. But we're only going to find out next week, when Aleister Black gets his revenge. yeah. But yeah, NXT this week, I am going to give a B+. It was good. It's great. It was an A. But yeah, with that, hopefully YouTube allows me enough polls for each episode, because we got a surprise, buddy. I'm also reviewing NXT UK. And then, yeah, I'm going to get into that real quick. So, let's get ready for that. What can I do for UK? I know!
Tonight on NXT UK, we had Mark Andrews versus Joe Coffey. Sid Scala versus Dave Mastiff. We had Nina Samuels facing off against Toni Storm. And for the main event, we had Noam Dar versus Pete Dunne. Who wins? Who loses? Does it really matter? Yes.
Alright. Bullshit Londoner accent aside. Oh boy. We started off with Mandrews versus Joe Coffey. Mandrews took a tad to start getting in the offensive, but after an exchange, Kofi... Sorry, I'm losing track of my notes. Mandrews took a tad to start getting into the offensive. After exchange, Kofi tried to use his brother Mark as a distraction. It wasn't until he hit an overhead belly-to-belly from the top turnbuckle and a lariat to the face. Shit, did I take these bad of notes? Christ, I was more tired than I thought. This was actually a pretty good match with Mark Andrews using speed rather than power, because there's no way you're overpowering Joe Coffey. Joe Coffey was getting a little tired of his evasiveness, so his brother decided to intervene as a distraction. This match was pretty good, especially with the point with Joe Coffey hitting a overhead belly-to-belly from the top turnbuckle, and then following that up with the discus lariat. But yeah, that was how the match ended. With the discus lariat, Kofi pins him down, and then just for good measure, after the match was over, the Kofi brothers decided, we're just gonna beat up Mandrews for a little bit. But then, just when all hope was lost, he was saved by... yeah, the most British man to ever British. And then, yeah, after that, we had Sid Scala versus Dave Mastiff. Sid Scala, he done got squashed good. And then after that, we had Nina Samuels versus Toni Storm. Not a squash match. Toni and Nina showed their stuff and showed themselves to be quite even in the matchup, with Storm being the obvious favorite, though. Nina had a bit of a botch on her tilt-a-whirl, but to no serious consequence to anybody. Then soon after that, Storm hits a German suplex, and then nailing her with a pin after a few more hits. I'm trying to keep these reviews short because there's a lot to cover, and I'd rather you guys go watch the shows because these shows are really good. Yeah, after that, Johnny Saint steps into the ring to welcome Noam Dar and Pete Dunne for the match together. Yeah, that's our main event. Noam Dar versus Pete Dunne. These two put on a fantastic match. Hard-hitting offensive, but with Noam taking an early advantage. Hitting Pete Dunne's knee when he was doing that usual run up to the turnbuckle and do that flip. Right as he's about to go with the flip, Noam comes in, knocks him in the knee, knocking him down to the ground. Yeah. The two continue to bust each other up, reversing submissions, exchanging huge blows. But all it took was one moment. And that one moment was Noam Dar doing his little pinky shtick, like some Scottish Dr. Evil, to have Pete Dunne take advantage of that. Grab him by the pinky, put it down on the ground, bend it, like, visibly on camera backwards. That was painful to look at. And then do that whole smashing his hand. Then hits Noam Dar with the bitter end, pins him for the 1, 2, and 3, and Pete Dunne retains the NXT Championship. And yeah, the two end with a quick show of respect to one another, which was a nice way to end the show. I love the British crowd. The crowd was pretty hilarious. One point during the match, chanting happy birthday to Noam Dar. Before that, chanting the Imperial March. And I don't know if it was an excuse to, like, they were going, Dar, 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 Dar. I don't know exactly what the point of that was. It must be a reference I'm missing, but yeah. NXT UK for its first showing. I don't know. A minus? Yeah, I think A minus. So yeah. This has been Real Honesty without Jonn Ritland. I am not Jonn Ritland. I am the Oh wait, no, that's a buller. Whoop. Excuse me. I am the Durbinator. And you have a great night. Also, there's my pull.